Excellent. Thank you, Asher. Just want to make sure you can hear me.
Can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. This title slide illustrates the energy of the most consequential recurring geospatial phenomena, space weather and earthquakes. Earth is constantly subjected to massive changing energy releases that we cannot see from the sun, the Earth's magnetic field, and recurring geospatial events such as solar storms and earthquakes. The Earth and atmosphere, known as the geospatial environment, is characterized by a dynamic electromagnetic energy profile that has profound impacts on what we do in space and on the Earth. All GPS services are affected by changing geospatial conditions. The electric grid powering our homes, cars, and future is affected by the changing geospatial environment. Space launch, satellite communications, and advanced PNT applications are critically impacted by the geospatial environment. To the space warfighter, the intelligence community, defense organizations, and national security, the most important, elusive, and often unknown element of the geospatial environment is actionable information. Time. What is happening now? When will this change? How do we know when it will change? Precursor provides actionable information for geospatial intelligence. Next slide, please. Time is the most difficult and elusive problem associated with space weather and earthquakes. With no useful real-time information or actionable advanced knowledge of the geospatial environment, preparedness is not possible. Operations or missions are at risk of error or failure. Costs cannot be mitigated, and responses are chaotic. The space warfighter, the intelligence community, defense organization, and national security are all directly impacted by the changing geospatial environment. I quote from one of the conversations we had during our contract with US Space Force. Space weather capability is 50 years behind where terrestrial weather capability is today. Today, there is no earthquake forecasting capability that can tell you days or weeks in advance that a small or large seismic event is imminent. Today, this everyday lack of location-precise, time-specific information costs tens of billions of dollars each year. A single significant space weather event or a catastrophic earthquake can cause trillions in damages and loss of life. There is no timely or actionable information, severely limiting assessment, decision-making, situational awareness, and action. Next slide, please. Precursor delivers two first-of-a-kind capabilities, space weather nowcasting and earthquake forecasting, that provide actionable information by revealing the changing, dynamic, time-specific nature of space weather and earthquakes. Precursor space weather nowcasting is a unique, extremely high fidelity, real-time, 4D, time plus volume, space weather technology. It is not a model, it is what is actually happening in real time. Precursor's capability assimilates all perspectives in real time using a sophisticated machine learning technique to deliver a 1,000 times gain in both spatial and temporal resolution. Precursor's earthquake forecasting uses a physics-based time series machine learning technique to identify the changing electromagnetic thresholds, anomalies, and event sequence that always precede a tectonic earthquake. Precursor earthquake forecasting delivers the accurate location, magnitude, and time at least 72 hours in advance of an earthquake. Next slide, please. Precursor gathers unique physics-based data from new and existing satellite systems and ground-based sensors to assimilate all perspectives in real time. We then make use of an advanced machine learning techniques to accurately report the real-time map of the ionosphere and to forecast seismic events. These are not models. They are measuring what is actually happening, the changing energy profile of the ionosphere and the buildup of energy prior to earthquakes. Our machine learning approach combines multiple techniques to determine with the highest fidelity in both location and time the changing dynamic geospatial environment to deliver space domain awareness. Next slide, please. Precursor's proven capabilities have forecasted over 50 seismic events, 5 separate programs with more than 90% classification accuracy, and demonstrated real-time high-fidelity ionospheric mapping over Northern Europe for US Space Force. Precursor is finalizing opportunities to deploy and operate both our space weather nowcasting capability and our earthquake forecasting capability. We are partnering with a global reinsurance firm to deliver new insights to better assess risk and to introduce new products and services for space operators and businesses operating in seismically active regions. We have a handful of partnerships with leading organizations supporting our efforts. Next slide, please.
30-second warning.
Precursor is a commercial company focused on providing actionable information in advance of important geospatial events. Ultimately, we see ourselves as a financial services firm. We are a first-of-a-kind capability and monopolize value from derivative products. We are in the unique position to take a market-leading position in the plus $50 billion market that includes preparedness and risk management. Next slide, please. Precursor's operational space weather platform is one of the most effective dynamic space weather solutions in the world. Precursor is seeking a PEO for a space weather focused SBIR phase 2 and is raising $3 million in a series seed round to advance the company to the next milestones and begin commercial launch of our data subscription services. Thank you for your time. I'm Clive Cook, co-founder and CEO of Precursor SPC.
Thank you, Clive. Thank you, Clive. All right, so we will now be opening the floor for questions. Whoever wants to take the first question, go ahead. Perfect, Dash. No, Dash.
So Clive, I saw the slides and your strategic, I think, partners or potential, clients and stuff. Have you looked into any federal agencies because you're looking for SBIRs and stuff? Have you looked into other federal agencies and what has been the response from that side?
We've looked into a number of federal agencies and are working with a number of federal agencies. The response has been very good. We're working with the Air Force and Space Force, the 557th Weather Wing. We are working with the Navy. We have a CRADA with the Navy for joint development efforts and launch of a specialized satellite. We are working with 3 different intelligence community agencies to introduce our new capabilities for them. And there was one other thing I was going to mention. And we're working with NOAA, specifically the Space Weather Prediction Center, on introducing our real-time capability.
Yeah, I forgot to mention, I was looking for NOAA and FEMA as such to see what their response has been on the disaster response and risk management and stuff.
Well, they want NOAA and USGS, those organizations want to have the ability to provide or to assess the environment and then provide critical event notification information, and we uniquely provide that. They don't really do the risk management side. On that side, we're working with commercial insurance and reinsurance companies to provide that capability for them. So it's a joint commercial and government based. Our focus is on we're a commercial company, so we're focused primarily on the commercial realm, but we have unique capability that can directly help government agencies.
And just to add to it, I saw a slide where you mentioned you put your technology design or the picture of the technology. Is that a specific one, or do you tap into other sources also to get the data?
We have our own unique data gathering or data collection capability, as well as we tap into commercial data sources, as well as different classified government data sources.